welcome to another... Hold on. Oh, there we go. That's straight. Oh, it was the other window. That's what I was hearing. Sorry. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the IWC Radio Echo Fest here. Joining me this evening, Chucks and Will. How's it going? That's never happened before. That's weird.
We're really getting the hang of this podcasting thing, right?
Yeah.
246 episodes in, we're really
yeah, just we encounter like a new error like every so often, you know. Yeah, how you guys doing? Here, let me correct it. There we are.
There you go.
Orange vanilla Coca-Cola. I'm exhausted today. I didn't get much sleep. I was dealing with a headache yesterday. Really didn't get a chance to stream much. I didn't get good sleep. Mom wanted me to go out to lunch with her, and she wanted me to try the new Burger King Impossible Whopper, which is it's the
is that
just a non-meat one?
Yeah
0%
beef. It's not bad, but I feel like if you were just to give people like a side-by-side of one being all beef and the other one being the plant-based one of just the patty, I think you could tell which one's the different one. I feel. But when it's in between like bread and all the condiments and the lettuce to the tomato, onion, and all that stuff, you can't tell the difference whatsoever.
Well, but that's any veggie burger.
Yeah.
True.
Like, if you just cover it in sauce and hide it in bread and stuff, then it's totally passable. There's nothing that disgusting about them.
Yeah.
The problem is they don't feel the same.
Right.
They're not.
Yeah.
They can't replicate that like toughness or stringy chewiness of meat.
And there was a little bit of a chew, but like there's just the flavor wasn't there. Like the meat flavor obviously isn't there. And I mean, they did their best. I'll give them that. Like, they cook it on the same grill and whatnot, so they can't, completely advertise it as, like, a vegan, vegetarian burger or whatever. But, like, it's definitely worth a try. But if you've had veggie burgers before, I wouldn't recommend. How about that?
There's actually nothing special. It's just a veggie burger like we've had for decades.
Yeah. I mean, it's susceptible to tricking the mind with all the advertising and whatnot. And like I said, if you have it with all the other condiments and whatnot, you could barely tell the difference, which I think is what they're going for. Their taco, the dollar taco, is not that great.
It doesn't sound that great.
I don't think Taco Bell or anything has to be worried or trembling at the Burger King taco, in my opinion. So,
isn't KFC doing a meat-free thing too?
It's supposed to be like a veggie, like chicken or something like that.
Yeah.
Didn't they stop doing it after like 2 weeks because it was terrible?
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I kind of want to look that up, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by that.
I know that might be wrong for 2 weeks, but it definitely doesn't last very long.
Yeah. So yeah, I was doing that. Hit some of the shops and whatnot, and now I'm here, and I'm still exhausted, and I'm probably gonna be streaming a little bit later with the new Borderlands 3 game. And looking forward to that. I'm on chapter 15 out of 23, I think I was told, which is absurd for a Borderlands game, but that's just me.
It's good.
If you've played any Borderlands game, you'll probably like this one. It's really fun. Still kind of buggy. The PC port right now is not the greatest build, I feel. I think it's a lot more stable on consoles from what I've heard. In fact, yesterday I was playing with a friend and the game crashed. So it's still there's some kinks to be worked out with it, but it's pretty fun. I like some of the features. I like being able to mail off guns I don't want to friends to give them to them, see if they can use them, or just sell them off. stuff like that. Yeah, you know. If I'm streaming it, you can watch along and you can grab a copy of the loot from chests that I open, which is pretty nice. That's probably the best feature, I feel. Which I need to start watching some streams and get some like high level loot for myself. Think about it.
Yeah, I've never really played any of the first two, but I know a friend of mine's pretty into it, and he says the new one's pretty good. So.
I mean, it's probably gonna be a little bit like I don't know what the fuck is going on if you're not familiar with the story and whatnot, but like you'll figure it out. You know, you'll get the hang of it. It's not like Borderlands is known for having the best story around or anything like that. It's all the shooting and looting. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. What about you guys? What have you been doing before we get into the prediction game here?
Not a lot. I cleared out a room.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty satisfying to clear out a room.
It was pretty good actually. I found an old toy that I've not seen for at least 20 years.
Yeah.
Probably longer actually, 25.
I've heard it before we started. Yeah.
Would you like to hear it again?
Oh God. It honest to God sounded like a dog toy.
Yeah.
It could well have been at one point. It's older than 25 years because I think it was my brother's before I had it, and he's like 40 odd. So it's quite old, very old actually. Well, you wouldn't know by looking at it because it looks in fairly good condition.
Well, it's been stuffed in the cupboard for 25 years.
Well, yeah, there is that. But yeah, that's how I spent my Saturday. I got my hair cut as well. I'm sure you wanted to know that. But...
Did you get them all cut?
What?
God damn it.
It's a dad joke.
That is a dad joke.
Yeah.
Do you have the credentials to be telling dad jokes? That's Fiends' area.
Yes, I have credentials. I just don't have the child. That's...
You're totally prepared for it, though.
Yeah.
Took me a minute, actually.
Yeah.
I had my hair cut a couple of weeks ago. I don't get it cut very often. I have quite long hair, and I leave it. And when it gets annoying, I put it in a man bun for a while. And then when that gets stupid, then I get it cut. So, on a rare occasion, 3 times a year maybe, I went to get it cut. No more than 3 days later, I was just walking down the street, minding my own business, and some dude in a van drives past and yells, "You want to get a haircut, mate?" Like,
honestly, that's probably the nicest thing anyone could have said to you, if you think about it.
Well, I mean, he said it in a nice way, but it's not the nicest thing. He could have said, like, "You've got nice hair." Like,
it's true.
But yeah, I take your point. As far as things yelled from a van go.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Of all the times to be saying it, I've just had it done. But I couldn't see who the guy was, so I'm wondering if it was one of the other guys from the barbers, like one of the other barbers.
Oh,
And they're kind of young guys, and they may have recognized me and thought, funny thing to say to this guy.
Hi, get a haircut. Come down to this place.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
It's actually advertising the barbershop all this time.
Huh?
I go there.
I mean,
I go there. That's the only one I ever go to. Anyway.
It was like the other week, coming out of like a Walmart, somebody in a SUV was just yelling at somebody like, "You fucking idiot!" So I mean,
yeah.
Somebody telling you you might need a haircut is, again, probably the nicest thing that they could have done for you.
I'm not, except he could have given me an actual compliment.
Yeah. True.
It's definitely not the nicest thing he could have said.
True.
But, yeah. I mean, how often do we get compliments?
Well, exactly.
Anyway, let's get.
A few weeks ago, I was coming out of we've got a supermarket over here called Morrison's.
Uh-huh.
And I'd come out of the car park from said Morrison's, and a car pulled up, and some guy rolled down the window and said, "Excuse me, mate, can you tell me where the Morrison's is?"
Oh.
I'm like, behind me.
It's right over there. You just point right at the building.
I don't know if he was taking the piss or whether he was actually serious. I don't know.
That kind of thing happens occasionally, and I wonder, like, is that a joke?
Oh.
And if it is, what is the joke? Like,
the funny part, yeah.
All right, look at
when
this.
you say, like,
Look
I
at this
feel like
Nimrod.
he's taking the piss, but I don't
Yeah.
really know how.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes people are just that like oblivious to their surroundings, so that they just don't realize, like, oh, it's right over there. Thank you for the help.
Yeah.
So
It wouldn't surprise me, actually. Yeah.
again,
Some people...
not the worst thing that they could have shouted at you from a moving vehicle.
Definitely not.
Very true. Very true.
Let's get into the prediction game here. Let me get the music ready and the papers rustled and whatnot. And
I was enjoying these mildly amusing anecdotes.
I know,
Yeah.
but nobody.
We don't do this enough.
No, that's true. That is very true. But
We should do like a Christmas special or something, which has got no wrestling in it. We just say some other stuff.
Just a general shit podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wrestling podcast with no wrestling. There we go.
Exactly.
Fucking booking it like
Where-
Vince Russo here.
Wrestling is actually banned from the show. Yeah, exactly. It's recession. Yeah. There should be forfeits for bringing up wrestling. It's like a drinking game. Anyone who says anything that sounds a bit wrestling-y, go take a drink.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Might have to
Do
do
that.
that. We'll see.
I'll do that.
I'll
I've
have to,
broke Beans into doing it too.
I'll have to pre-book it now because Beans are busy. Doing...
You notice he didn't even give an
Everything
excuse
else.
this week?
He
Just say, yeah, I'm not going to make it.
He doesn't care anymore.
This motherfucker right over here with the cheeky emoji.
Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah, the emoji as well. Bastard.
Also, I love the Brock Lesnar gift, by the way. It's perfect.
That's all I'm gonna. Every time he says that, I'm just gonna send that to him.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, we're gonna have to give it this week a pass, and then Will over here with the Brock Lesnar gift. There it is. That's great.
Then again, he's gonna have to start showing up a bit more now. He's on SmackDown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's actually working at SmackDown.
Can you believe it?
I know I can't
You know,
believe it.
If that match goes ahead, it'll be his first match on TV in like 15 years.
I thought it was like the first time he's wrestled on SmackDown in 15 years, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
They said that on the show, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh
They-
man, that was my nice little fact, and it was ruined by the official. God damn it!
Thanks, Tom Phillips, who got tossed to the side on.
Yeah, is he still alive? No one checked.
Yeah, nobody bothered. Corey,
No one cared.
Corey and Byron were just like, whatever. I'm sure they'll be acknowledged this week. So.
I don't know. They don't have a great track record of following up angles.
No.
That's very true.
By all accounts, this week will be the last we get of the current announcement lineup.
That's true.
It's all changed. We got the next, apparently.
Oh, someone's got an open window.
Yeah.
Shout out at me.
Yeah.
Have they announced the full lineups for both shows?
Definitely, no, they haven't. There's no official announcements, but there's rumours
They
that
mentioned who's the Raw one, wasn't it, that they said?
no, Cole just kind of hinted that there's going to be changes. He just kind of said, "I wonder where we're going." So.
Yeah, and this Tuesday SmackDown's the last Tuesday. SmackDown.
Of course, yeah, it will be, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to be getting new sets and everything as well. So the rumours say.
We'll see about that. Goddamn, pal! I'll be damned if we get a new set or something. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything with Vince.
Apparently, it's just going to be Cole and Graves on SmackDown.
Well,
Really?
yeah. So I've read a thing here according to WrestleVotes. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I've seen. He's apparently quite well in the knowledge.
Some of the
Okay,
sources,
okay.
some of the sources he has is credible. So yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So he says the Raw team will include Vic Joseph and Dio Madden.
Who the
Yeah,
fuck-
the one
205
Who's
guys.
that? Who's Dio Madden?
he's on 205 Live, but I don't know who he is.
Okay.
He is.
Was he the guy with the dreadlocks I saw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently his name is Brennan Williams.
Yeah. Didn't he used to
was
play
a-
NFL?
Huh. Okay.
An offensive tackle. Much like Seth Rollins, I guess.
I got it. Yeah, so are they just going to be going back to the two-man commentary by the sound of it?
Yeah. I really hope so. But I don't hold out much hope.
I believe that they're giving the two fairly new people. I know Big Jeffrey's been there a while, but
On Raw, yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
on Raw. I know he's done Raw once, but even so. It's up to my-
unless they keep Cole on there with those guys.
Seems so.
Yeah. What does this guy actually say here?
Okay.
I've been told the plan as of now for Raw's announced team is Vic Joseph and Dio Madden. I'm thinking they'll keep Michael Cole on that show.
On Raw. The voice of
Yeah.
Monday Nights. It's possible.
Well, yeah.
It's very much possible. I wouldn't be surprised by that. Maybe maybe Tom getting killed off is like the door opening to somebody else. Maybe either Cole or Vic Joseph or something like that. And Tom can like produce in Gorilla.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're getting rid of him completely, but if the rumours are true, because I don't think he's that bad.
Same, yeah.
But from what they were saying on Raw, talking about the draft itself, they're going back to completely exclusive to the shows.
Yeah.
No
Seeing
more
all-
wild cards.
Yeah,
No
Which-
more wild cards, which they also mentioned on the show as well.
we'll see how long that lasts for, but
Yeah.
at least for the start of it, they're going to be trying to do how it should be.
Yeah.
But like I say, you never know. It's once they get bored and trying something new.
Ratings don't immediately
Yeah.
go up.
God
Well,
damn,
yeah.
hell, I'm bringing the wild card back. Oh, fetch me my wild cards. My senile.
Something else for me to keep track of.
What,
Who
wild
appears
cards?
on the wrong shows.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It should be easier than keeping track of the wild cards, though.
The non-wild card wild cards.
Yeah.
See, they're starting the draft on SmackDown this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the SmackDown is going to be on the Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So actually, it'll be closer to the next Monday than the Monday would be to the Friday.
Right.
Yeah, true.
Kind of wacky, but yeah. That'll be fun. I always like a draft show. Even though I know it means nothing, for some reason it just seems like an event.
Yeah, yeah.
They want you to make it feel important or whatever.
Yeah. At least they're trying. Let's see how it goes. Speaking of wild cards, the card wasn't very wild. Night of Champions, no. Clash of Champions.
It all counts.
Night of Champions. It's all the same thing.
Vengeance.
Vengeance. Are you ready? Is the music going?
Music has been playing.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay.
I thought so. I thought I could hear that.
I didn't.
No, I just didn't know that. Pre-show. Let's start off with the pre-show. I assume everyone's ready.
Yeah.
You're ready and willing and Gable?
Yes.
Good.
Those.
Drew Gulak, Cruiserweight Champion, managed to retain against Lince Dorado and Humberto Carrillo, his toughest challenge yet, in about 10 minutes, and the match seemed fine.
Did you watch it?
It's the first time in a long time I actually did watch a pre-show, yeah.
Good.
Tuned in a bit late, but luckily the matches were right at the end.
Yeah, I
fine.
think I did watch it, but don't remember it.
Yeah,
So,
sounds about right. It was good. There was moves. If 205 is really gonna disappear, then I don't know about these guys. I don't know if they can survive on Raw.
I don't know. Maybe not Raw, but I could definitely see a home on NXT for them. They're gonna have to drag out that 2 hours now, so
That's true.
can definitely find. I don't know if now we're getting ahead of ourselves here, but there were some movements towards that on NXT itself this week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a good point. That'd be nice.
Think they'll gimmick up the ropes and whatnot for the cruiserweights still? Like make it
oh no,
Okay, good.
I'll be better with that.
Yeah. I that's just way too much time and effort to do.
Yeah, especially on a live show like NXT is now. So.
Yeah.
Just about everyone in NXT is a cruiserweight.
Yeah.
More or less. It's just a bunch of cruiserweights hanky elite.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, far off it.
So yeah, Drew Gulak wins. That is a point for everyone. Good start. Next up was AJ. Believe it or not, AJ Styles has been relegated to the pre-show, the kickoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he beat Cedric Alexander in 5 minutes.
Was that quick?
It was that quick, and then they all, the club, the OC, all beat up Cedric Alexander afterwards. No comeback, no save. That was just it. This guy's done.
Yeah, I thought Alexander would have had more offense involved. Otherwise, I wouldn't have picked him.
That's
Yeah.
true. You did think that he would at least one move in. Smoot picked Cedric for some reason, one of his wacky picks. The rest of us went for Styles and got a point.
Well, this is what I was waffling on about, because I thought, well, for starters, I didn't think it would start on the pre-show. That's for one.
Yeah.
Two, I thought they would have at least made it some sort of like a competitive match and not had like Alexander get no offense in whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So, fuck me, I guess. So there you go.
Yeah, pretty much. AJ Styles on the pre-show, Nakamura versus Miz, deep into the main card.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
No.
that's another one I'm looking at. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, main show starts up now with the... Oh yeah, they bookended it with Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman, didn't they? Rollins and Strowman, tag champions going in. They failed to retain. We have new tag team champions, Glorious and Notorious, Rude and Ziggler.
I like that.
Yeah, me too. I don't know how I can actually get them to notice it, start using it.
I did like someone during the pay-per-view itself put a picture of when Ziggler was in the Spirit Squad and when Rude was part of Beer Money, and said if this happened years ago, this team would be called Cheer Money.
Ah, that's even better.
That's great. that seems like something right out of Chuck's wheelhouse.
That's so
Yeah,
much
man.
better. Because he was the money as well. He wasn't even the beer side to it. Perfect. Ah, that's great.
That is.
All right. Well, that's it now. So Cheer Money is your new Raw Tag Team Champions, and that is a point for... Where the hell is this? Everyone except for Will. Will had faith in Rollins and Strowman. Unfortunately, we need heat. And there wasn't any. I thought at least Rollins and Strowman would just like have a little fight afterwards, but just didn't.
Nothing, was it?
Weird. Anything to say about this one? It was just kind of a match that was there.
Yeah. Right as the show started, you and I pointed this out, Shucks here with.
This is the Dean Ambrose thing.
Yeah, the network bumper that played.
Oh yeah.
A little interstitial that played, and on the Trons there's Dean Ambrose and whatnot playing right up there. Might be time for a new bumper, if you ask me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be time for a new one. Like I said. And then later on in the here, I'll throw this up now. During what was it? The Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross match. Somebody with this sign in the crowd, which really somebody must have like really gave this traction or something. There was one sign that I noticed that I was like, "What? Stop killing alligators to make Gatorade."
Oh yeah.
So I wasn't sure if that person was being for real, kidding, or what. But man, that tweet took off. That's one of my best ones. 2,000 likes and whatnot. So there you go.
Really? Huh?
Yeah. Insane.
Nice.
I agree, Traffic. I agree.
I was just looking through some of my tweets for the pictures to see what else I could remember. There was the winged eagle belt in the graphics there.
Yeah.
AJ bouncing off Cedric Alexander's knees. But there was also a sign for Braun Strowman. I think that was must have been on Raw last week.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I did a search on Twitter for Braun Strowman, wondering, because I watched Raw later on, if anyone else had noticed this. And apparently there are only 2 tweets in the history of Twitter, at least that I could find, that mention Braun Strowman. One of them is mine, and the other one is Arturo Hernandez from July 25th, 2016, who simply says, # Braun Strowman.
Oh my god.
So, there you go, I guess. It's been a thing for well over 3 years.
Maybe that's the guy with the sign.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Crack the case.
He was replying to a guy, Attitude Era podcast, who says, "I really, really fucking hate watching Bromp Strowman wrestle." He's just coordinated as a giant big toe.
Giant big toe.
That was a WWE Battleground, which in 2016 I think actually was a legitimately terrible show. Yeah, there you go. Braun Strowman is a thing. God, and he lost the belt. That's right. Bailey beat Charlotte and then ran away in 4 minutes. So there's really nothing to talk about here. Bailey, points for me, Smoot Beans, not for Will. Will had faith in Charlotte, and I can see why. She does win a lot.
Yeah, there's also
Charlotte, for sure.
There's also that couple in the front row that I guess was cosplaying as, was that Jeff Jarrett or like Seth Rollins? But this dude's beard
Jeff Jarrett or Seth Rollins?
Yeah.
Different Seth.
Don't look anything like each other.
I'm leaning more towards Jeff Jarrett, I guess, but I like what
was it blonde or...
I like whatever he did to his beard.
Oh yeah.
Wait, who do you think looks like Seth Rollins here?
The guy in the back with the cowboy hat. Because he like the white and gold, the gold outline parts. When he would wear the like the Power Rangers like outfit or whatever. I'm really not helping you out creating a picture here, I don't think.
No, I see it. He did used to wear that white thing with the gold.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if he was trying to look like Seth Rollins, the white cowboy... Michael Hayes, he looks just like Michael Hayes.
Beard gimmicks and all that he never wore.
Oh, God, I'm dying.
Oh. Yeah, let me get that off the screen. But you know what I'm talking about, like the white and gold outfit that he...
Yeah, no, I do. I just, when I saw that guy, I didn't immediately think of Seth Rollins. For some reason, I don't know why.
Anyway.
So
I have to pull... I have to pull up a thing here. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, here's what I was talking about. Like something like this. There we go. Something like that outfit. That he
I remember it from a few
Which,
years ago.
But the lineup doesn't match. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, Bailey won because Charlotte hit the turnbuckle that was exposed or whatever. So. Snuck a win to retain the championship.
And then Bailey just runs away.
Yeah.
Because she's a heel now. That's another thing. That's something that I don't like in WWE these days, is whenever a face wins, especially if it's kind of an underdog face or like a smaller guy like an Ali or something, whenever they win, they immediately roll out of the ring and look surprised that they won. Like, whatever the situation is, they always seem to just roll away and look surprised that they won. It's never like, yeah, damn right I won. I'm a professional athlete, and I can do the thing that I do really well. It's like, oh, I actually did it. I actually rolled up Samoa Joe.
It's bragging, and they can back it up.
Yeah, which is basically what bragging is.
Yeah. Going back to those JBL days that, you know, we say for Ziggler, like, it's not bragging if you can back it up. Actually,
that's exactly when it is bragging. That's the only time it's bragging.
Yeah.
Kid Rock says something one time. Comes gospel. Right, Bailey won. And we all got points.
Except for Will, because he picked Charlotte.
And then...
That's the right management.
Bad night for tag team champions. Another title change. The New Day lose. And the Revival are now on Raw, but are SmackDown tag champions. I actually didn't notice when we were going through this last week that Rude is a Raw guy and Ziggler is a SmackDown guy. So now... so what was that for the Raw tag? So Dolph Ziggler holds the wrong brand's title, as do the Revival for now.
So maybe they're doing like a switch.
Maybe. Yeah. Either the... Yeah, I guess the teams maybe get... Do they have to stick to their own brand now? Or can you move the titles around and have blue belts on Raw?
I don't think even they know, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah. We'll work it out on the day, I guess. So the Revival have done it again.
Yeah.
And that is nuts all round. We all thought this was the time.
New Day 2 beaten up. Xavier spent most of the time during the match being injured. They isolated, not Kofi, Big E, sorry. And, yeah, they just ended up winning. Top guys. I don't understand how exposing the, what was it, the spandex or whatever off of Xavier's knee to lock it in like a submission hold, it made it more damaging, but hey, there you go. They're the champs and I'm not, so what do I know?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's like a support thing, you know, you could wear, like how Cesaro always wears that rock tape on his shoulder.
Right.
Maybe it works like that to kind of hold everything. I don't know.
Yeah.
Revival wins. Then we've got Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross beating Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville to retain the women's tag titles. That is points for me and Beans. You guys thought there'd be a title change.
Yeah. I got distracted by the Gatorade sign. I guess. I don't know. I really thought that, Fire and Desire was looking for a win, and they haven't been, doing much of anything lately. Why not give them the titles? Bliss and Cross have been defeated before, just not for the championship, so I thought the timing was right. I guess not. Will, are you playing something?
What? What?
It sounds like you're pushing buttons on a controller.
No, I'm doing something else, but I'm not playing something.
Oh, okay. Well,
you have my full attention. Don't worry.
No, it's no big deal if you were. I mean, I used to do it, back in the day, try to get people to watch. Yeah, no, I just thought Mandy and Deville were in line for a title shot, or a title change, I guess.
I thought this was going to be where Bliss would eventually turn on Nikki.
Oh, yeah. Instead, Nikki gets the spotlight, and what was she doing? She was doing, like, those crazy dance moves in the beginning. It was great.
Yeah. She needs new music. That music will fit the character in.
Yes, she does. I agree with that.
What next? Oh, Nakamura Miz. Nakamura with Sami Zayn beat the Miz. They had Sami Zayn doing the old Abraham Washington gimmick, being on the microphone on the outside. They cut him off after about a minute. Before he could say anything that he would need to be fired for.
And Miz took the microphone and he chucked it up the ramp.
Yeah.
That was a $10,000 microphone! God damn, pal!
And Miz was going for his 9th Intercontinental title to match the Jericho's record.
Is that many, is it?
That many, 9. But he couldn't do it. Nakamura's still the man. And that means points for everyone except for Smoot.
Yeah, apparently I thought if I just go the opposite way for everything, eventually I'll, get back into the hunt. Nope. Okay, this was a hard one because they're not really doing anything with either guy. Miz has got the reality show, give him the belt to help kind of promote it.
They're kind of finished now,
Are they? I don't know.
I think it's finished, at least for now. I don't know what they're going to do anymore.
I mean, it would be good fodder for, like, the next season, I guess, but, like, even then, is Sami Zayn really going to be Nakamura's mouthpiece long-term? Like, come on.
Is he injured or something, Zayn?
Yeah.
Or they're just not using it?
I don't think so.
Seems a bit... I mean, it kind of works, but it seems a bit weird that he wouldn't be wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a little bit. This is another one. Miz is on Raw, challenging for a SmackDown title. So they really don't care at this point.
Yeah,
no.
They'll get it sorted.
There's no split. Sasha Banks beat Becky Lynch by disqualification. So this was the match that just kind of ended for a while. They went all over the place and brawled out into the WWE universe. And the official call at the end was Sasha Banks winning, which means points for me and Beans, even though I think you guys, you have a right to feel a bit hard done by here.
The highlight for
she did retain.
Yeah, the highlight of the match for me was Michael Cole calling a trash can an equipment table.
Yeah.
Like Becky bounces Sasha's head off of it, and Cole goes like, "Oh, right off the equipment table," and Graves just immediately chimes in and is like, "That was a trash can."
Yeah, no, I guess this one continues into
I did
Hell in a
terrible.
Cell.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Get ahead of yourself. Still 3 matches to make it all up. Kofi Kingston. Kofi beat Randy Orton. Finally, after 10 long years, he beat Randy Orton.
Finally.
To retain his WWE Championship. Kofi Mania is still running wild. The match is boring as hell. Something about these two is just not working. And points we all get points except for Beans. Finally, Beans slips up. And we can all celebrate.
It's Randy Orton. I've never have really taken to him. It's just so slow and boring.
Yeah, he's had this reputation forever as a pro wrestler's wrestler or whatever. Someone who does everything right. And, he doesn't get injured a lot. He always has a standard of match, which is never, he never has a bad match. It's just boring. He disappears for a while. No one knows he's gone. There's just nothing to him.
You're right. It's just whenever he's involved in a match, I don't fast forward with it.
Yeah, I think I actually fell asleep during this match for a little bit. not even lying. Like, I think I was gonna go back and watch it, and I just never did because I'm trying to think of what happened. I'm like, oh right, I fell asleep. But I do remember the end because I caught people saying that Tom Phillips said something like along lines of like, "Who's stupid now?"
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
It's probably one of the greatest calls in a pay-per-view win ever. So. Yeah.
Owen's great out of the ring as well, though. Like it's just his matches that I hate. His promos. Remember when he was doing the build-up to the Styles match at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
And he would just say, "How's the AJ Styles? What?" I just walked off. It's like that kind of grumpy veteran character.
Yeah.
He's been around forever. Just hates everyone. It's fun.
Yeah. No, I just something about Orton, man. He's not exciting in the ring for me.
No.
And I think you just kind of hit the nail on the head there. So maybe I'll go back and watch it just to relive that comment.
Don't bother.
Okay. Well,
just watch his series with Christian again.
Gotcha.
It never got any better than that.
Gotcha.
This was a big one. The one non-title match of the night. No DQ. Eric Rowan beat Roman Reigns.
Oh boy.
This was a point for me and Beans. No DQ stip came into play when Luke Harper returned about a day after Dave Meltzer famously now claimed that there was no plans to ever bring Luke Harper back.
Oh.
We were talking about him last week. We brought him up.
Yeah.
I can't remember what we said, but we did mention him.
Yeah.
Well, he's kind of been... people talk about, because of the whole murder mystery deal, who actually tried to run over Roman. Roman. That could be Luke Harper. Whenever Rowan's around, you expect, maybe he'll be around somewhere, be involved.
I mean,
there he is.
The footage showed that Rowan pushed the boxes over. It still didn't show who was driving the forklift.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Someone on the near side.
If anything, Rowan was trying to kill Caleb Braxton with the box.
Yeah.
This just seems
the
like
Bludgeon Brothers are back.
Yeah, they're back. I'm glad for that. But like, this just the whole storyline thing just seems like it's like WCW who drove the white Hummer 2.0. You know. Now that Bischoff's writing the show or whatever, directing it, I should say.
Producing it.
Producing it, yeah.
Yeah.
I was excited to see Luke Harper back. Give them the tag belts. If I was the Revival for right now, I would be a little bit worried.
Mm.
If I was Rude and Ziggler, I'd be a bit worried. You know, whichever brand they end up on after the draft lottery coming up, watch out. That's all I'm gonna say. So, yeah, the match itself was pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, it's fine. Then the main event. Seth Rollins beat Braun Strowman to retain the Universal Championship. Did pull in double duty, and that was points all round. I don't think there's much to say here. He hit a stomp, and then another stomp, and then another stomp, and nothing worked. And so, what do you do when nothing else works? You hit the pedigree. Do what Triple H does. Hit the pedigree, and that did it.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wow. Okay.
So, Rollins is still your WWE champion, and then The Fiend showed up. That was it.
Okay. Alright.
So, points then. This was 11 matches that we predicted.
Call it
That's
shenanigans
crazy.
on you, Chucks, for
So
fucking
many belts.
getting the goddamn perfect,
I was building up to that. You know, spoiler. Smoot and Will, both of you managed a creditable 6 points out of 11.
more than half.
Not bad at all.
More
Over
than
half, yeah.
Yeah.
More than half. Beans managed 10 out of 11. Orton let him down.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Stupid.
Stupid prediction.
Who's stupid now?
Who's stupid now? I got 11 out of 11. I needed it to make up some lost ground. Which means after 64 predictions overall this year, where are we looking here? Smoot, 37. Will just ahead 38. And then I'm on 49 behind Beans on 51. Still ahead.
I gotta revisit the clip where we did the King of the Ring, because I swear to God, Bean said something like, if Smoot gets this right, he can have 5 of my points.
I don't know if I'm doing this. What was the TNA tournament that just went really fucky after a while? Well, it was Bound for Glory was their thing, right? And
yeah.
it was the
BFG series.
Bound for Glory. Was it the series, the BFG series?
Yeah, where like pinfalls were worth like 10 points or some shit like that. Or
Well, yeah,
were
but
worth
it
more.
was a standard like league format, round robin format.
Yeah.
Which then they just didn't do after a while, and AJ and Chris Daniels just kept having matches.
Yeah, I forgot about all that actually.
And then there was like a tables match that was worth 10 points, and
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah, what about it? What's your point?
Well, we've kept this we've played this just straight the whole time for the 5 years we've been doing it, whatever it is now. Only matches, 1 point each, and we've said not even the extra predictions. Will Brock Lesnar show up? That's not worth a point. Not going there. And now,
that's true.
now Beans wants to start giving away 5 points.
That's what Beans is doing. That would give you the lead.
Yeah, it's true. I shouldn't complain.
I'm just saying. I mean, we could put a little. I mean, we'll tally it at WrestleMania, but we could put like a -5, like right there. But again, we'll have to like. I gotta check the tape because like I did technically. Oh, Cat changes the music on me there. Sorry, because technically he did say something along those lines of like. I remember him saying that like if you somehow get the King of the Ring prediction going down correctly, although he's gonna raise a stink about the fact that there's the triple threat that I didn't predict, or the other stuff that didn't happen, like Elias going all the way and not being substituted out for Shane. So. Also, hi Jagger. Hey, how's it going? He hopped up on the desk here and he somehow changed the song that was playing in the background. So. Yeah. I'll have to do that. Maybe throw it up as a clip on the show or something on the YouTube page. Just be like, hey, remember when this happened? So, anyway.
Wouldn't that require people to have listened to us in the first place?
Oh, I don't know.
In case they missed it.
Yeah.
The unlikely event that they didn't listen to our show.
Unlikely. Okay.
Very good. Speaking of King of the Ring tournament, though.
Yeah. Did you want to talk about that for a bit?
Well, I mean, I'm sure you're feeling a little disappointed about your predictions so far, and you might want to bring up the fact that you called every single match in the King of the Ring tournament perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, hey, like, whenever Baron Corbin's involved,
I'm getting modest now.
whenever Baron Corbin's involved, and you know, it's something, whatever the event is, if it's something cool, he's gonna ruin the shit out of it. in my opinion, just because like his character just isn't great. In my opinion, like he himself is like, all right, I don't mind him as like a guy, a personality, whatever. It's just his character is really dull and boring and does absolutely nothing.
It's true.
So why not give him the King of the Ring to try to spruce that up a bit? And unfortunately, it's probably not going to go anywhere. It's probably going to be a forgettable thing, just something like that's happened. Just like the, what is it, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner.
Yeah, he won that too.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's going to be all that worthwhile, in my opinion. But hey, I did predict the conclusions of the match of what would happen. So, I mean, there is that. If I can throw that up on the stream here. There we go. Yeah, I was able... I still think I should have just named Rico, except for Ricochet, just Shay. Still regret that, but... Yeah, pretty much... one way or another, that is what happened. I was able to fantasy book the King of the Ring, and I want those 5 points from Beans, goddammit. So...
I don't know, Corbin's kind of going on me the last year or so.
He's not been bad during this King of the Ring.
No,
I mean, well, I wouldn't say he's been great, but
no, he's not.
He's been fine.
Yeah, I mean, he's a perfect heel. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, and
he plays it well.
But like Smoot said, his actual character is fine. When he was on Breaking Ground and when he was on Talking Smack, like that lone wolf character they tried to give him, that was fine. That could be something. And now they try and make him basically The Miz, which he just isn't.
Yeah.
Like, he can do it, but it doesn't... everything... there's something about his promo I just don't believe anything he says.
It sounds
kind of phony.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not kind of the point, though. That's what he is. He's a phony dick, basically.
You're a phony! A big fat phony!
That's what he essentially, his character essentially is.
Is he a phony dick or is he an actual dick?
Good question.
There's a big difference.
I don't know. There are worse people than him, I think, right now.
Are there worse people than Baron? Well, yeah.
Might be controversial, but I'd put Orton up there. Orton.
In the ring? Yeah, I probably would.
Same.
I'd be more interested in... Okay, maybe... Not much more interested, but if we had Clash of Champions again and it was choice of Kofi v Orton or Kofi v Corbin, I know what I'd go for.
Ooh. Oh, I don't know. Now you say it like that. I really don't want to see Kofi and Corbin.
Oh.
I said not much more, but
I wouldn't mind seeing King Kofi Kingston though. Just for the initials.
Krusty the Clown or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Should we get into like Raw and SmackDown before we get out of here, real quick, just to touch upon it?
Well, I think we need to talk about Mike Kanellis.
Oh yeah.
What's going on?
That's one of the things there, and how Raw seemed like it was a little bit off the rails a little bit because you had we had Maria backstage with a gender reveal party for her unborn child, which, by the way, it's going to be a male. But then she claimed that Ricochet was the daddy and not Mike Bennett.
With Ricochet, with the best line of the night, it's like, well, no, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I wouldn't never do. Well, I mean, I would.
And then what was it? Somebody? It was one of the Street Profits that said that Maria should be on a pole, like Maria on a pole match or whatever.
Yeah, that's what got us into this mess.
Yeah.
Titus O'Neil was getting involved too.
Yeah.
He's all about dadding.
Oh God. Yeah.
You need to get out there and handle your business or whatever.
I like Cole's comment when during the actual match. Someone brought up what they were going to call the baby, and they said, "Well, what are we going to call him if it is Ricochet? You can't call him Ricochet." And he said, "What are we going to call him, Trevor?"
I threw that in there.
Yeah.
And then Graves later in the match called Mike Kanellis a beta cuck, which I was like, what?
Everyone just laughed.
Wow.
Yeah, you could definitely tell that there was a report going around that none of the McMahons were there.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And Kevin Dunn wasn't there either. I think you could tell.
Yeah, because like Michael Cole was like leaning on the desk on the ISO shots here. Let me pull that up. Where they came out of like a video package of some sort. I was like, what is happening on this show? Yeah, here we are. Yeah. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what the video was for, but yeah.
Yeah, I think wasn't it the Kane?
Yeah,
24/7 title.
That's right. Yeah. You're right.
Oh yeah, it was just sat down on the thing.
That's definitely a look of Vince isn't shouting in my ear tonight.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Of all the people to be doing it too.
Right?
Yeah.
Have it beaten into him by now. Maybe he knows he's on the way out.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, let's hope.
I don't know.
But yeah, beta cuck as he is. Mike Kanellis loses to Ricochet, and then Maria says, "Ricochet's not the dad. I just wanted to fire you up or whatever. Actually, the real dad." And then Rusev shows up with an amazing mustache.
Yeah.
And I thought
It
he looked
looked
pretty
amazing,
good
by the way,
before. Yeah, I thought he looked like a not a bodybuilder, but like a like a weightlifter kind of powerful looking guy. He's dropped loads of weight and looks even better.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And if Rusev's the dad, what the hell's going on with Lana?
Yeah, I'm guessing he's not the dad, even though he does have a dad mustache now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lana nowhere to be found. And
Did kind of mention that as well. I think he said conspicuous by our absence or something.
Yeah.
Lana. I hope he's back for. They kind of mentioned they're going to be involved in the draft, so I hope he doesn't go away again for a bit because I like Rusev.
So what's kind of weird now is that we had two guys who really, I don't know if they really wanted to leave. I know Luke Harper really wanted to leave. Rusev didn't look happy. And they were taken off TV for a while. And now they're both back in within like 24 hours of each other.
Yeah.
What's going on there? Interesting. I thought it's very possible that we'd never see either of them again.
I always thought Rusev might actually show up in NXT at some point, but yeah, Harper. I thought that might probably would have been it for him, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And now
That's interesting. Star Power coming back to the drive.
Yeah, and now WWE's trying to angle the Maury show for this whole like Maria, who's the baby daddy thing.
Yeah. If only we still had guest GMs.
I know, right?
I was surprised though, because that segment, apparently Paul Heyman was completely in charge of it, and I don't know if that segment didn't seem to fit in, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, it was something different, at the very least.
Say that again.
It was something different. One of the other talking points was, again, Mayor Glenn Jacobs becoming the first mayor ever to become 24/7 champion. Authors of Pain also back as what looks to be some sort of clothing tailors for me, in my opinion. But I mean, hey, if they're back kicking ass, I mean, I don't care what they look like, as long as they're, winning, kicking ass and winning championships or whatever, you know.
Sure.
And the one guy was like saying, "None of you are hard enough to fight us," and I was like, "That's not PG. Let's not go there." So.
Hard men.
Rey Mysterio defeated Cesaro for some reason. Cesaro deserves better.
Yeah.
Lacey Evans defeated a returning Dana Brooke, coming off of WWE main event.
Yeah.
Universal Champion Seth Rollins defeated Raw Tag Team Champion Robert Roode via disqualification. And then we had the shenanigans with Kane coming out, and then Kane getting fed to the Fiend. And then getting uncomfortably close to Seth Rollins at the end of Raw.
Yeah, I thought that was really well done. That last sort of 10 minutes or so, I thought it looked good on screen. Especially with the Fiend right behind Kane. Kind of, don't want to say passing the torch, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, Demon to Fiend.
So, yeah. And then on SmackDown, which I didn't really catch much of, I caught like the last hour of it. Brock Lesnar showed up, and Paul Heyman said that on the October 4th edition of the Fox SmackDown program, he's challenging for Kofi Kingston's title. Brock Lesnar went in for a handshake and then F5 the hell out of Kofi, which was great, if you ask me. Kind of suckered him in, if you will.
Speaking of Rusev losing, but I think Lesnar's dropped a bit as well.
He's planning a return to UFC.
He looked good, and he's growing a beard as well.
Well, if he's got, if he's going to be champ, he's got to like show up more than once a year.
Well, yeah.
Let's see. Heavy Machinery defeated the B Team, which Otis rocking no longer rocking the singlet, just going no shirt.
Yeah, that was something.
That was something. Chad Gable ruined Baron Corbin's King of the Ring coronation.
Chad Gable has done pretty well from the King of the Ring.
Yeah. Definitely. This is all over the place here. This is actually in a reverse order, I believe. Yeah. Let's see.
Is that throne made out of polystyrene or something?
Right, the way it broke.
It just crumbled.
Yeah. They should, if they're gonna crumble anyone, they should have used the one that looked like the gingerbread throne, like a couple months back.
I forgot to mention, actually, just quickly going back to Clash of Champions, when Rowan beating the hell out of Reigns at ringside, and he took the padding off the.
Oh, the LED
Actually,
one, yeah.
I said I think it was on SmackDown. Actually, now I think about it,
Yeah, he did
he
that
took
too.
the padding off, and he threw it over to the other side of the ring, and it just missed the first row.
Oh,
He nearly killed someone in the first row.
the pad.
Yeah. I thought it was SmackDown. Now I think about it, actually. He did the same thing twice, didn't he?
Yeah, it was basically a repeat spot. What else we got? Speaking of Rowan, oops, sorry. Yeah, Eric Rowan delivered a chilling message in an exclusive interview. Didn't see that. Shinsuke Nakamura and Sami Zayn set up an Ali with a sneak attack. Didn't see that. Kevin Owens laid a lawsuit onto Shane McMahon, which that's going to draw ratings, sure. I think that's where I came in on the show. Charlotte Flair.
I don't know where they're going with this story because I don't know what they're trying to do. Because he's now put a lawsuit against Shane.
Yeah.
If he wins, Shane gets fired. I don't know. See how that can happen. But doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
What happened? They did this not long ago. Was it with Big Show?
Not sure.
There was a couple of years ago. Someone else had a lawsuit against the Authority.
Yeah, it might have been Big Show then.
Might have been Big Show. He had an ironclad contract from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really remember.
They might be recycling the same thing in just like a different way.
That's what I was trying to work out where that went.
I think
Yeah.
I remember how.
just went away. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Big Show cry.
Big Show. At some point, I'm sure Big Show did cry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually happens.
What else here? Charlotte, I think, defeated Sasha via disqualification. I believe, yes, by disqualification. And then Carmella came out as soon as Bayley and Sasha were double teaming on Charlotte.
That was weird.
That was.
Was like Becky not there or something?
I don't know. Also, they had Offset, the rapper, doing the ring introductions for Charlotte as well. That was weird.
Speaking of Offset, before we go too far away from the pay-per-view, I've been looking at this thing on the screen, that logo, that Clash of Champions logo, for ages. bugging the hell out of me. That WWE logo at the top is Offset. It's not in the middle.
I don't know how much of that is of Will's doing.
I'm gonna deny it. Right, okay.
That's really noticeable.
Initially,
wow.
It is now you say it. But
did you do that, or is that one of theirs?
no, that's my fault.
Ah, okay.
Oh no.
Because after
In
the
my
WrestleMania
defense-
logo, I was fully expecting to. I was going to blame them.
Right, I need to find where I got that from. Because in my defense, there's a reason why I did that. They basically had the logo. Try and find it on here somewhere.
So, folks, what we're talking about, there's what Chuck's noticed. Good eye.
Yeah.
It's no WrestleMania where all like both sides were like out of whack, which was on WWE's doing.
Yeah, I'm to blame for this one, but I can't find it. There's no copy of it. Basically, they had the WWE logo to the left of the word champions.
Oh, weird.
Oh, right.
And it looks stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's even worse, yeah.
Yeah,
so I moved it.
Good call.
Oh.
And it wasn't even the same size either. It was like it was that size it is now, but if you put that next to the champions, it's actually smaller than the word champions.
Mm.
So it just looks silly, and it read as Clash of WWE Champions,
Yeah.
which didn't make sense. There's a method to my madness.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Really makes sense anyway, thinking about it. Because the champions weren't clashing, were they? The champions and the challengers were clashing.
Well, yeah, true.
And then you had Rowan and Reigns.
There was one time where they could have had champions clashing if Rollins and Strowman kept the tag belts.
Mm.
And they threw that away.
Yeah.
There was no clash of any champions.
Yeah, pretty much. You're right.
Just...
yeah. I think that's it. Again, the SmackDown closed out with Rowan and Harper just laying waste to Reigns and Bryan, which was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
So there you go. That was your recap of the week, as well as the Clash of Champions review. Reigns has got to start showing up, man.
Mm-hmm.
If Lesnar's going to start doing some defending, he's got to be recording some shows with us here as well. Just saying. But yeah, hopefully he's doing all right. I'm guessing he's back from that trip from Spain.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's seen some tweets at football today or something. So.
Yeah. We'll be back next week, hopefully. If there's anything you guys want to add before we get out of here.
Apparently, Chris Benoit's son, David Benoit, wants to go to AW.
Go for it.
He's
the one that looks scarily like Chris.
He
right?
does look really like, yeah. I don't know if you can put that up. So.
Yeah, let's throw it up
Right.
real quick. Yeah, I did hear something about that, and yeah, I'm all for it. Yeah, wow, he does look kind of like him. Wow. Just just make sure you don't clobber him in the head too hard. Can I make that joke? It's been like 10 years. Can I?
Yeah.
And it's good advice anyway.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, did you not see the chair shot to Cody like a couple months back? Like, don't do that to him. My God. That's my advice. Like, if you sign him, then great. Just don't take a chair shot to his head. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Let's not repeat history. Anything else?
During that interview, apparently he also said he's not allowed backstage at WWE events anymore.
Oh.
Which is
Why?
interesting. Don't know. He was there until quite recently because there was a couple of photos with him with like AJ Styles and a few others.
Must have done something.
I think he was unofficially training with NXT as well, but they wouldn't actually say he was there for obvious reasons. But something
Even
was
Melina was allowed backstage. What the hell?
Even the Miz at one point was allowed backstage.
The Miz is allowed to change in the locker room now.
Yeah.
He must have done something really bad.
I mean, WWE's pretty petty, and they're all about like image on their brand and such. So somebody with the last name Benoit, like from that standpoint, I get it, but man, that's really fucking petty, in my opinion.
I don't know. I mean, he must know he's never going to get a job there.
Yeah, but that's still kind of shitty, you know? Like, his dad is the one that carried out the heinous action.
Oh, yeah.
And whatnot.
But
like,
he's been backstage, like Will said, kind of recently.
Yeah.
It's not that. There must have been something else. He must have done something.
I suppose.
Or they've had a change of heart, I guess.
I don't know. Yeah. Hey, we can't have this guy named Benoit backstage hanging out with the talent. Could you do something about it? Yeah, no problem, pal. Something like that. I don't know. Just felt like I needed to get that in.
One last quick thing. Apparently, Jim Duggan's in a bit of a bad way in hospital.
Aww.
We had 2 emergency surgeries in the last 24 hours.
Oh man, that sucks. I hope he pulls through, man. That sucks.
Yeah, I think it's his wife, Deborah, is posted on his Twitter. Pictures of him doing the thumbs up, so he looks okay, but yeah, apparently the next couple of days are going to be crucial for him.
Yeah. Hope he makes it, man.
He looks well, but yeah, good luck to him.
Any other bits of news before we go?
I don't think there is, no. I think that's it.
No, there should be. We should have watched NXT this week. It's a fairly big week for them, but we didn't.
Yeah.
So what can we do?
Well, I mean, if you were watching on the network, neither those people were able to because of the outage that suffered or whatever.
Apparently, EC3 won and then lost the 24/7 title in Japan.
Oh wow! First ever Japanese 24/7 champion in Japan. I guess would be the way to whatever. Anyway, they're all about the famous firsts with that belt.
Yeah.
But that seems to be it. We'll be back next week hopefully, and if not, we'll be back after that with I guess. Well, wait a minute. What's the calendar look like here? Hold on. Just let me pull this up real fast.
The next one's Hell in a Cell, isn't it?
Yeah,
Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell, which is...
And it's just after Lesnar challenges for title. October 6th.
But
Am I imagining things before we go? They've done Lesnar Kingston before, haven't they? Wasn't that the Beast in the East?
Yeah.
Yeah, thought so.
And it didn't last long.
No.
Yeah. I don't know if that's going to get acknowledged either. But also, I was going to say, this is going to be our last show before the move, so that on October 5th, 2 weeks from now, we can actually discuss SmackDown somewhat live after it aired.
Yeah.
So that should be a lot of fun. So hopefully, we'll have some more material to work with, and we won't be all like hazy and trying to recall like what happened.
The new schedule works kind of well for us in the UK because it means it's on late on a Friday night.
Oh yeah.
So
you guys would have a leg up on it, basically.
No, it'll still be live, but it just means well, for me anyway, it doesn't mean I have to go for work the next day.
There you go. Yeah.
So can watch it live.
All right.
Apparently they're doing it the same week they're doing the premiere on Fox. Raw is having a season premiere as well. That season that never ends.
Yeah. Oh, season debut.
So it'll be all changed next week, won't it?
Yeah. The 4th is October 4th is the Fox debut. 5th would be our show, which would also be the prediction show for Hell in a Cell, and then Hell in a Cell on that Sunday. So that should be pretty good. All right. We'll hopefully catch you next week, and have a great weekend, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.